Hi, my name is Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where we are playing Kingsfield and recording it on VHS. And while this may be the start of a new recording session, I remember what I'm going to do this time because it's quite simple. We're going to go to the Big Mine. We had a short foray in there a few levels ago, a lot less strength ago, several magic spells ago, and it was real dang rough, and I decided, you know what, maybe I should be going somewhere else. So, now that we've gone somewhere else, all the NPCs are talking about the Big Mine. Gigi's father is there, supposedly. I think his name is Leon. And that's our door. Right, somebody warned us that there would be golems. They did not warn me there were archers right at the start. I forgot about these guys. Okay. We're going to switch out to Sheeden, since that did real great against human enemies. Top off our health. Look at those frames. Thanks for the crystal shard. Nope, there's an archer. That's what's hitting me. Okay. It's like, dude, am I getting hit by these traps from so far away? No, there's an archer back there shooting tiny, tiny arrows. Right, this is the room that slaughtered me last time I came in here. Because something, as far as I'm aware, showed up behind me and started throwing fireballs. There's some fireballs. Oh, dang, that hurts way too much. We're out. Okay. We're going to take a moment, recover our health, and then we're going to try that again with the resist fire spell on, since I don't ever cast any water magic. But yeah, those are coming from some meaner looking face things. We saw some of those. Wow, that is horrible. I'm going to have to use that warning, the flashing warning, for this. This is gross. And the frame rate's so bad, and also I'm super gonna die. Okay. Well, hopefully, at least when I respawn, the screen won't be flashing. So, yeah. So this is Dark Souls. And by Dark Souls, I mean Kingsfield. I really hope I said Kingsfield in the opening of this, because, man, that would feel pretty silly. So anyway, this is Kingsfield. These are my saves. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? By the way, if you've never done karaoke, it's rad. If you ever get the chance to do karaoke and they have part of your world there, that is just an absolute blast of a karaoke song. Like, dang. Seriously, do it. Highly, highly recommended. So anyway, we're going to go to the Big Mine, which last time I went there I died. That's still true, actually. Before we go any further, we're going to go ahead and put on our Sheeden. Sheeden increases our wind magic attack, which I need to remember, so Wind Cutter is useful. I want to know what's in that room, because it's like, if stuff's so tough there, like, it's got to be good, right? Run down the stairs, open this door, maybe. Get shot a few times. Yeah. She didn't massive cut damage, just slaughters people. Not so great against skeletons and whatnot, but man, against the regular old human type enemies. Oh boy. So I had a door back there on the left. Gotta check these walls, because that's what happens. Also, let's top up my health, since things are apparently dangerous here. Okay. And this is where those rhombus keys come into play. How many of those do I have? Because... okay, I've got 6. Alright. And great, I've got 3 doors, so that would be all of my rhombus keys. Just done. If I open these from both sides. So... let's see, this goes further down. We'll leave that key in there for now. You just had to drop an herb. Give me the herb. That one goes further up. Okay, so this whole, like, putting keys into things and being able to pick keys back up, that is not something you really see, like, ever. Like, unless it's... okay, so we've got 3 ways. Okay. Let's check my pirate map, actually. Well, that's useful. Miner's map? There we go. Alright, so looks like downward will be... God, this map is hard to read. Okay. Alright, so we came in from the very southwest corner, around... so it looks like going down will take us to a pretty simple dead end. This door I'm standing near is the long tunnel. And looks like the other one is a decent sized tunnel. So, yeah, let's start with the small tunnel. Anyway, this whole, like, you know, usually if there's like a door or something that unlocks by items, they're like very large items, and there's all sorts of visual effects and whatnot to like show that, hey, this like, it's very clear that you can pick that item back up, and it's not just like, here's a key that you can use on, like, a small key on this little slot on the door. Ooh boy. Looks like we're gonna have a fun time with minecarts. And something shooting at me. Alright, here's the question. Can I actually, like, walk on these tracks, or will I die? So we'll finish checking out the walls real quick. And we might die, so apologies if that's the case. It went on just long enough to give me hope that we would be able to walk across that. So yeah, we do in fact need a minecart. So this is Kingsfield. It's a game where sometimes you just have to do things to try it and see if it works, and accept that you're going to die. So yeah, those keys. So I did not actually discover Dark Souls, Kingsfield on my own. Like my friend in high school, he was the one that actually, like, went to the game store, found this, I'm pretty sure he found it used, and it's just like, this looks like an interesting game. Tried it, and he picked up Kingsfield 2, got a little bit into it, and then just got stuck. Like, really early on, he couldn't figure out what to do. It's like, I used a key on this pedestal, and then, like, I needed, so many more of these keys to, like, get around and actually, like, do anything in the game. Turns out that in order for that, like, what you're supposed to do is basically carry that one key with you, use it to open a door, explore what's behind that door, and then take the key with you again. Did I remember? Yes. Okay. Hey, dude. So basically, he just was done with the game immediately, and like, I either saw him playing it a little bit or just like saw it sitting around and was like, hey, what's this game? And he's just like, yeah, I'm done with that game. That game, like, I don't get it. I missed something. I, like, got into a soft lock real early, and it was just, all right, cool. Bad times were had. But then I tried it, and surprise, surprise, spoiler, here I am, 20 some odd years later playing that game. Okay, so there wasn't anything down there, so let's try this one. And honestly, like, probably the reason that I figured that out is because I played, like, basically my oldest brother was really into the 80s first-person dungeon crawler games, like Wizardry, like, I don't remember any of the other franchises from that time, but, like, Dungeon Master is probably one, I don't know. A save point, that's nice. Considering how many times I've died, we're going to go ahead and just use this save point. Alright. But yeah, like, I don't remember if it was accident or if I just, like, had some sort of insight that he didn't, because I'd played, these, something in the vein of this sort of game where it's just like, there's just something admittedly kind of dumb. I don't know, like, I really like the design of it, but it's just like, it's really not intuitive that, oh, I have this key and I put it in this slot, oh, I can get it back out of the slot. Like, that's just, what games do that? And the answer is Kingsfield. Like, if it's not Kingsfield, then it's basically, did I finish checking this wall? We'll have to do another pass on it because I'm too busy getting distracted trying to tell stories. But yeah, it's like Kingsfield is about the only game that ever did that of, here's a key, like a key-shaped key sort of thing. Okay, we're gonna do it. And now, termites. Termites on the bridge. It's made of wood. Oh god. Oh, I'm sorry, there's flashing lights. Man, I'm glad I made that asset. It looks like it's gonna get some use. Oh, jeez. Okay, so it's like, it's one of those features that's just, it's really weird. Like, just flat out, it's a really weird feature. Being able to, like, put small keys into small key slots and being able to, like, get that key back. It's like, it doesn't, usually keys that you use over and over stay in your inventory the entire time, or, like, they're big, important. Yep, hands up. Flashbacks to, I don't remember what it was, but it was like some sort of game. It was some game. What's up, dude? What? What just happened? Wait. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this is Kingsfield. Oh, okay, so there was an archer, he was shooting at me, apparently I died. That's what happened. Okay, so anyway, yeah, like, usually keys in your inventory, like, stay in your inventory, or it's like a very large item, like, here's a big orb. Like, I know Zelda has used that sort of thing of, here's a giant orb thing that you need to go put on the big orb slot, and it's very clear that you can pick this orb back up. And because it's a giant orb, it's not an inventory item. Dang it. I need to go get this thing again. We're going to switch back to the Crescent Axe for these termites because it seems to do better. Anyway, there's this... I have no idea what this game was. Like, it was essentially like a roller coaster 3D designing program that had like a kind of game element in that it would score your roller coaster. And it's like, basically you build your roller coaster and then you could like set it to play and like it would play it out in 3D. Like, I'm saying 3D like this is something important. The important part of this story is like, this is when I was really quite young. 3D wasn't really a thing. So, you know, it's in the era of like the Super Nintendo, and this computer game has like 3D graphics of roller coaster stuff. And it's like, you make a roller coaster, you get to experience that roller coaster in 3D. Holy crap, wow. Alright, can I just like... Okay, so I can turn. Okay. No archer this time. Nope, there he is. Okay, what the heck? So this is Kingsfield. It is not this game I'm trying to talk about, this roller coaster, like, simulation game. Like, really the only thing that was gamey about it is that you would get a score at the end of, like, oh, the people that went on your roller coaster gave it this score. And it was like, you know, a roller coaster critic sort of thing. And it was, you know, a really basic tool, but you could like actually build, like, if you'd been on a roller coaster, you could try to rebuild that roller coaster. The problem was, we couldn't figure out for the longest time how to actually, like, close the track. Because, you know, this was also in the day when interfaces were just, like, awkward buttons with, here's... Back to the Crescent Axe. It was just, like, you know, very, like, odd iconography buttons. So eventually one of us figured out that there was a end of ride or like closed loop button that, like, you know, we never could figure out what this button did. And then finally, like, we always tried to, you know, line the track up with, like, the end of the ride, and we could just never get it to work. Like, it did, like, this really cute little, like, 2D animation scene of, it did this, like, really cute little 2D animation scene of like crash test dummies, basically, like in the cabin, or like in the coaster cart, and like it's, you know, just flying off the track, and they're just like, oh no, because they've got that crash test dummy face. And it was like, we had so much fun messing around with it, but for the longest time I'm saving because I'm tired of going out onto that track to get the extra scorpion bracelet. And we'll just go ahead and overwrite that save, just flat out. Make those numbers slightly different so it's easier to discern which one's which. But yeah, it's like finally figured out how to hit that button. So it was incredible, like actually getting a closed loop of a track, and you could actually like ride the roller coaster the entire way around, and it would never cut to the 2D like crash test dummies and poor things. And that was just a fun program. Like, this is the sort of stuff that we did when we were kids. Like, you know, this is showing my age a bit, but it's like back in my day, it's like, you know, the games on the computer were like largely you had Solitaire, Minesweeper, and whatnot, and then it's like you would play on like Paint. Like, Paint was the thing that you did. You might have even been lucky to have like Ski Free or something, but it's like, for the most part, it was like you used whatever like art programs you had. So yeah, like that roller coaster program was flippin' cool. Just, it was so much fun. Anyway, kind of like this just kind of set off that nostalgia for it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and call this as an episode, and next time we're going to get through this dang thing. We're gonna ride this minecart, we're gonna make it through, and you know why? Because I have Missile Shield. So that's the plan. We're going to ride this roller coaster. By roller coaster, I mean minecart, and we're going to use Missile Shield and hopefully survive. And if we don't, then I guess we'll do it again. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play, and have yourself a lovely evening.